Jancy Dunn here with my special guest, Dido. Now, you and your brother, Rollo, from Faithless, have a musical influence on each other. And I wanted to know, first of all, if you've ever gotten in any brotherly, sisterly type of fights, because you've been in the studio together many a time, you've toured together.
Yeah, once we did, because we made a lot of my album together. And we had a huge fight over a drum loop. And, it was pathetic. And I walked out, and because he wouldn't put in the loop that I wanted to have in the song. And I left my keys behind. So I had to sort of skulk back like 5 minutes later, just like really, I was so infuriating. But he was brilliant, but because he's my brother, it was fine. And he just sort of looked up at me and sort of laughed, and I'm like, sorry. And then he put it in, I got my way, and that was fine. As long as I was getting my way, it was fine, basically.
Was everyone else in the studio stressing, like, oh, they're fighting?
I mean, in a way, but I think they just sort of found it funny as well, just because they could see my keys right there on the table, and I'm like, right, I'm leaving.
Now I'm leaving. Yeah. And you used to steal his records when you were a kid, right? Such as?
God, he had everything from... I sort of developed a taste for some really strange stuff, like Linton Kwesi Johnson when I was 8 and stuff, and I'd be reciting all these, you know, all his poems, and you know, I started listening to pop music just bang slap in the middle of the new romantic sort of birth, and when my brother and all his friends were wearing makeup and we were all listening to Duran Duran and Spandau Ballet, so there was, you know, quite a range going on there.
And you were how old when you were listening to Duran Duran and Spandau?
Well, that was sort of, you know, like 11, 12, 13, that's when I started getting into pop music, and unfortunately that was the first.
You know who didn't love Duran Duran? Huh? All right, well, stick around, because when we return, I'll be talking more with Dido, plus we'll see the latest video from Show Off, so don't move.
Hi, my name is Roddy. I'm an Imperial teen. My favorite video, I think right now, the one that I think of most when I think of spectacular video is the Björk video that's Oh So Quiet, the Spike Jones video that's like a musical. It's dazzling for me.
Well, I worked for a publishing company, and then I went to work for a literary agent. So I was looking after authors, basically, and journalists. And but I used to work for a company called Macmillan and Picador, and who published some great books.
Sure. They've quite the rep. Yeah. And what gave you the impetus to leave? When did you finally say, I'm going to pursue music full time? Goodbye, everyone.
Again, it wasn't a decision that I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Basically, I was completely overdoing it. I was working really hard. I was doing a law degree in the evenings, and then I was going to the studio after that and recording with Faithless, because that's when we were recording the Faithless album. And I collapsed, basically. Just, you know, I mean, over a period of time, I was just like, okay. And I was really suffering from exhaustion, so I decided that I had to choose one thing and stick to it, you know, for a while. So the thing I wanted to do most was the music, so I gave myself a year. I sort of saved up enough money to live for a year, and then, you know, thought if I don't get a deal within a year, I'll go back to publishing.
Okay, and luckily that didn't miss. And here we are
4 years later.
All right, well, I'll be talking more with Dido, but right now it's time to look at a video from Biff Naked. This is from her album I, Bifficus, It's Moment of Weakness, here on 120 Minutes.